Hey John, since this is stainless steel, are you back purging that weld?
Of course I am.
Hello and welcome back to Bad Luck Garage. Here's the current situation, guys. I know you've been waiting on an update. Here it is. Current status is I have not had any time to fool with this. I've not done anything to it. Today that's going to change. Now, we have to make a pipe to go from down here over to the intercooler piping. We're going to have to weld some stuff together to do that. Don't have the welder down here. So I have no wastegate, no intercooler piping hooked up, and no exhaust, and we're going to drive this thing to John's like that. So basically, I guess you're about to see the first fire up with the new 7875 turbo on here. Here goes nothing. Guys, I can handle the open exhaust, but that popping and rapping coming from the wastegate hole, I cannot handle. So I'm just going to throw the wastegate on real fast. Funny story, in case you were wondering why it sounded so fucked up in the garage, it kept going into limp mode and it was running like crap. And I was like, I realized I don't have the intercooler piping or anything hooked up, and I was like, why is this thing running so shitty? Well, I stopped, shut it off, popped the hood, and apparently I never put any of these spark plug wires back on after I did the manifold gasket, so it was just running on the passenger side bank only. But anyway, we're at John's house now, and we're gonna get this all figured out. What you doing, John?
Oh, making metal.
Are you following proper OSHA safety procedures?
No. What's up, guys? So in true Bad Luck Garage fashion, my house is kind of older, and on one of the circuit breaker boxes that we have, it's got these old screw-in fuses, which is where the TIG welder is tied into for 240 volts, 220 volts. And we just got the welder plugged in, and I accidentally dropped the 220 plug, and it hit the ground. And whenever it did, it shot a big lightning bolt out of it. And then the box on the wall, it shot lightning bolts out of it and completely flambéed these two. And I didn't
get any of the shit on camera.
Oh, it was amazing.
None of it.
So now Joe ran to Home Depot to see if we could find some old ancient fuses to get back on this little project here.
And also, in true Bad Luck Garage fashion, we're making this intercooler piping piece out of old exhaust system. Yeah.
More scrap.
More scrap.
Get ready for the welding montage.
What are you drawing?
Making a doomsday device, and I'm going to aim it right up your honey hole.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a doomsday device, all right.
To this poor little 6-liter. Well, let's see what kind of damage we can do there. I've got it to where it's kind of twisted. Like that way.
Out fucking standing.
Watch us be like accidentally creating like the world's best vortices maker for a turbo.
Yeah, everybody be like,
how did y'all come
I bolted that on. Do you know the astrophysics behind that? We bolted that on and gained 25 horsepower.
I'd be like, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, we did that shit on purpose.
That's the way we designed it.
Figured it out on a calculator. So we need a tape measure, because what we need to do is maintain 2.5 inches inside diameter while shortening it.
This right here?
No, I mean like here. We need to maintain like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, how deep is that? Like from here to here needs to stay tuned. So we can cut this much off.
All right, well, hold on, let me mark this.
You understand what I'm saying, right? We just want to maintain like 2.5 inch diameter inside while shortening it as much as possible. And we want to try to bubble it down here too.
Well, that's
I'd cut it back
2.5.
here.
Well, hold on, let me put a straight edge across this.
Like, here's what I'm thinking, dude. Like, here's what I'm thinking. If we chop all this off here and chop a chunk out here and then fill in with some like
Yeah, I got you.
round pieces to kind of make it a smoother transition.
Yeah, I can make it a perfect U, like I said.
But the main thing is we don't want it to be like this wide.
Yeah.
Because if it's like this wide, then we're fucked. But it cannot hang down any more than it does already, because we're already almost against the firewall. The fender well.
Get that pry bar. Lose your welder, yo.
The only thing that sucks about this is the slightest pinhole is going to end up being a boost leak, dude.
I have no pinholes yet. I'm offended that you even said that. God.
All right, snowflake. Can he wheelie on uneven ground? Per hour when I was on the 150 shot, dude, that was low 7s with a converter. 93 miles an hour in the 8th with a good converter and traction usually equates to like a 720, 730.
Really?
Yes. It's just I was coming out of the hole like a slug. Like, I guarantee you that last run where I hit it right out of the hole and it just blew the tires off, if it would have hooked, that would have been probably a mid 7-second run. Even with the shit converter. And I'm probably gonna have to do slicks, and then I'm probably gonna tear the rear end out of it. Because when I finally get a converter and it hooks and I build boost right out of the hole, I promise you that rear end's gonna go
Grenade.
Yeah, I don't know any way to make that pretty. There is like zero way to make that pretty.
Well, what I'm planning on doing is after I'm done welding it all together, I'm going to do a little bit of creative sanding on it, just to kind of smooth out some of the sharp edges.
Well, I mean, it's not a big deal, dude. Like, it's seriously, I'm going to throw some black paint on it, and it's going to be down in there.
Okay.
Like, people are going to see it on this video, but then after that...
Oh, they're going to just make total fun of it on the video.
Hell yeah. Fucking awesome.
The
dude.
sharpest 2.5 inch bend ever.
Fucking works. All you guys wondering what took so long for me to get this done with the bigger turbo, this is the piece that we had to make to connect the turbo to the intercooler. And if you look at it from the side here, a lot of you are going to be like, well, why didn't you just bring it straight over or something? Well, number one, I couldn't really do that because any coupler I used would have dropped it down, and it was so close I couldn't, like, no couplers that I bought worked, okay? I could not connect the pipe. But to make matters even worse, turn it the other way. If you can see, it's not a, well, your hand's kind of showing it. Yeah, turn it like straight up like that. Okay.
Just hot.
I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you angle it towards this way? If you guys can see this, but it doesn't just go straight across because the new turbocharger is bigger around. The outlet comes down further, but also because it's bigger around this way, the outlet is further over to this side. So the pipe actually comes down and goes over and then goes back up to the intercooler. So this is what's been holding me up, guys, is this guy right here. But John has managed to fab this shit up, and it fits perfect.
And keep a 2.5 inch.
Yeah, that was one thing that was really important, is turn it back that way. really important, is that we kept the 2.5-inch diameter throughout this bend, even though like the inner fender well of the truck is right here. So, you know, we had to do some weird shit, or I say we, John had to do some weird shit. I just pretty much sat over here and criticized him the whole time. As usual.
From the outside, it looks like it's a dead end, but truly on the inside, how I cut it and fabricated it, it is really almost a straight through this way.
Yeah, because this part right here, guys, I mean, this is all open through here. Like, this whole area is open. If anything, it's actually bigger than 2.5 inches right here at this transition. So we shouldn't have any problems with flow or anything.
That yes, this is beyond a 90-degree turn, but I want to make sure we had the same amount of flow from one end to the other throughout that sharp bend. I mean, I'm sure we're going to have the keyboard commandos talking about volumetric efficiency and airflow and vortices inside of a tube, but let's face it, it's pressure.
Yeah.
So pressure makes power.
Yeah, this thing is yes, it looks janky as fuck, but the important thing about it is it's gonna do what I need it to do. And this is actually the final part, guys. So John's gonna do some grinding on it, I guess. I've got to go home. It's late now. But John's gonna do some grinding on it, and then I'm gonna hit it with some black paint before I put it in, and we'll be good to go. Start tuning on this thing.
And just another off-the-wall part by your friends here at Bad Luck Garage.
All right, guys, we're going on day 2. Kind of noisy. John is cleaning up all the welds and everything. I had to work today, so just got over here. He's about finished with the pipe, and after he finishes grinding it down, we're going to hit it with some primer. I got a coat of self-etching primer on our little pipe there. I've already put 2 coats of flat black on it, and while we're waiting for that to dry,
the maestro of metal
is over here adding a flex pipe to the exhaust. We're gonna kind of redo the exhaust a little bit here. We had a couple leaks, and you know, the exhaust was beating up against the frame. I went over that in another video, so that's what we are trying to correct right now. Hey John, since this is stainless steel, are you back purging that weld?
Of course I am.
Let's go.
Oh, shit.
Serves you right.
Oh, man.
Get yourself good there?
Yeah, I just pulled that hot.
Oh, yeah, listen to that.
Tight as a drum.
Tight as a drum, buddy.
That's what she said. She lied, though.
We bought this welder to build our car, but I've used it on Robert's truck more than I've used it on our 54.
At least it's getting its money's worth. There you go.
Just kidding.
No, you probably have. I mean, you fabricated this whole freaking hot side, dude. I never get a warning or anything. It's just like, as soon as I start talking to him, looking at him, it's flash. John's got our flex pipe welded to our single chamber, single Flowmaster 3-inch exhaust here. So we're going to set this sucker under there and figure out a couple places to put these hangers on it. Hey!
Whoa, got him right in the beanbag.
All right, guys, so here's the deal. We got the exhaust together, got it put back up in the truck. We originally had the exhaust dumping about a foot before, you know, the side of the truck. I wanted to bring it out under the step of the step side bed. Well, John actually had a pretty fucking cool idea for that, so I'm going to let him explain it to you.
Follow me right down here to the middle. What we're going to do is actually create the step on this truck. If you're looking at it from a downward angle, has got a pretty cool shape to it. So what we're going to do is actually create a 2-inch tall, 13-inch wide exhaust tip that's going to match the radius of the truck. And essentially, we're going to create like an echo chamber underneath the truck to follow the contour and the step and everything. So if you're looking from the downside, this is like the step right here. So underneath the truck, our exhaust comes down and turns underneath the frame rail. So right about here, I'm going to stop and create a large exhaust tip, about, what do we say, 12, 13 inches long?
13 inches wide, 8 inches deep.
And 2 inches tall, and I'm going to have it emulate the same contour as the step. So if you're looking underneath the edge of the truck, you don't see a big round exhaust pipe, but what you're going to see is probably a 2-inch wide tip, just going to meet the same contour as the step. And basically when we have the big exhaust coming through here, it's going to create like an echo chamber and really deepen the sound of the exhaust as soon as it comes in here and swirls and kind of fogs out. So stay tuned. This is a piece of metal we're going to use. This is a piece of 14 gauge steel, very heavy duty. We're going to split it in two, take it out here and get our trace off of our step and just start building from there.
Here it is. The new exhaust is on. Check out that tip. Dude, that's gonna just sound like a freaking...
I'll start it. Go blow Tracy down the hill.
Moment of truth, guys. Custom fabricated wide mouth exhaust tip by John here. Here we go. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, dude, that sounds freaking good. What do you think? It sounds like a race truck.
It does.
Race truck.
It's quiet enough on me.
It is. I mean, it's not quiet, but let it settle into its idle. See the turbo spinning up there? That sounds so good. Actually not bad. Yeah, guys, I mean it's pretty quiet in here. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but it's really quiet in the cab. It's loud out there though. We got the new turbo finally buttoned up. John's got the new exhaust on here. It sounds freaking great, man. It really does. Pretty much all that's left to do now is for me to tune it.
I feel better.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got to tune it, and I've got to clean up the garage, go buy more welding gas, more wire, get my wife not to be mad at me anymore.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, and try to find a transmission for my car. Other than that, it's a really nice day.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So I think what we need to do is go do all kinds of work that the wives want us to do now.
Yep. And as always, remember, click like
and subscribe.
We'll see you next time on Bad Luck Garage.